Hello, I'm Cecilia Louie of Paper Zen. In this video, I'll be showing you how to outline the lowercase letter N. I've already got my strip pre-folded along the score mark. Now, these three segments here are straightforward, no pun intended. So I'm just going to put a curve right there, and to make sure I don't go beyond that curve here and ruin this nice straight line, I'm just going to bring that corner here so I can judge it better. So I've got that aligned here, and I know that my curve needs to start there. So I'm going to start gripping right about there. And as I soften here, I'm just adding a bit more pressure, and every time I apply a little bit of a stroke right there, it's going to make that curve more pronounced. This little guy is in the way, so I'm just going to bend him out of the way, just so we're not, fighting in there. So that's not too bad. I think that's actually okay. I think we can actually just glue that when we come to the card. I kind of lucked out, okay? I know it looks easy for me to make it like this, but trust me, the more you do this, the more it'll come naturally to you. So again, I'm just going to align that straight area here, and then it tells me where to grip, which is right there. And I'm going to soften up to the next segment. And I don't want to go past that fold mark because I want that part to be straight. So I know that I need to give a bit of a rub just to accentuate that little curve right there. So I'm giving quite a bit of pressure right there. And in a case like this, I'm just going to soften a little bit more. And I'm just going to set that down. And then I'm just going to gently give it a gentle pinch, because that area here it's already softened. The pulp is already soft. It just needs a little bit of direction where I want it to go, and then it matches it quite well. Okay, so now it's time to glue to our work surface. And if you don't know how to transfer this letter onto your work surface, just watch some of my earlier videos. Now for this letter N, we've got these two straight edges here, and I want them quite aligned, so I'll be tackling those part first. How can you tell a quiller is at Michael's? It's when they are all excited and dancing in the aisles because they see this new glue they've never tried. So this is Aleene's clear gel tacky glue. I thought I'd give it a try because it's getting quite warm in Vancouver now, and my glue tends to dry quite quickly. So I thought I'd give this a go, and let's see how that's like. So I'm going to treat it the same and smear it flat. It's a little harder to see that it's flat because it's clear, but let's just see how it works. So because these two surfaces need to be straight and aligned with one another, I've got a hard plastic card taped to my surface using removable tape. And I'm just going to strategically dip that straight edge into the glue. And then I'm going to tackle the other straight edge. Might as well get the easy stuff done. And it just helps me deal with this inside shape afterwards. Okay, now since this is a corner, I'm just going to bend it out of the way just so I'm unimpeded here and working with this inner shape. So before I glue, I'm just going to make sure that everything is still quite happy and I like what I see. So what I'm going to do is tackle this straight edge first. And just make sure that you lift before you dip, because you don't want any buildup of glue on the edge of your paper. And I need to pull towards the right here because I want a taut strip. And it gives me a nice straight line. Okay, so I'm going to do the same with this straight area. Don't you wish you had 8 arms sometimes? Okay, that part's down. Okay, and just need to glue that curve in place. Okay, so I'm just going to tackle that straight area. It's probably harder for you guys to see the clear glue. But I know you guys know it's there. So I find when it's a difficult curve, you know, if I just tackle one part of it at a time, it's a lot less stressful. So I'm going to dip all the way up to this corner here. And even though you'd think that I should tackle this area next, I'm going to skip that because this will allow me to, you know, let this be flexible if I need to maneuver. This part here has no flexibility. I have to make it meet that corner. So this part here is what I'm going to glue next. And I'm just going to use my tweezer as a straight edge here. I find that when you just set glue down, it can still be maneuvered. It's not like it's set in stone. It's just set in glue, that's all. And I just find that I can still maneuver the paper if I want. So now for the last bit, I'm just going to lift it up. It makes it a little hard because everything else around it has been glued, but just make sure that you do clear that glue puddle that you've smeared down and lift again and get it out of the way before you set the last bit down. So, what did I think of the clear glue? Considering it's basically June in Vancouver, my craft room is very warm. I found that with the regular tacky glue, it was getting, well, quite tacky. The skin was developing quite quickly, and I had a tip from Anne Martin of All Things Paper, and she told me to try Martha Stewart's clear gel glue, and I like that as well, but I do have a love thing for Aleene's, so I thought I'd try this clear gel glue, and actually it did a great job. The skin didn't develop on the clear gel, and I felt that it took the paper quite quickly, so I'm quite happy with using the clear gel. I'm not sure if I would use it all the time. I don't know, maybe I'm just in love with what I usually use, but for this case it was great. It didn't develop a skin, and I didn't have little spider cobwebs on the edges of my paper as I lifted up. Can't forget, there's still the matter of this corner to be glued, so I'm just going to take a little bit of gel glue up, and I can't even show you how much that I'm taking up because it's hard to see the gel. So I'm just going to run that up along the side of this sheet here, and remember to dab off that glue and bring those two edges together. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make the lowercase letter N. Don't forget to visit my blog to download your free template to give it a try. As for how to fill in the letters, please watch my previous videos for a variety of ideas. I want to keep improving my tutorials, so would you let me know what tip was new for you in the comments below? Or what technique you enjoyed learning about most? If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll give it 2 thumbs up. Thanks, and see you next time!